Hello, hello. Welcome to this week's Profit Maximizer Moment. I'm your host, Wayne Belisle. I'm a CPA in El Paso, Texas, working with small businesses, help them save money on their taxes and make more profit. Well, that's the idea. Make more money and keep more of it from the IRS. Anyways, today um, we're going to talk about something I think is very important, which is I like the way Dan Kennedy put it. Out of all the choices your prospects have, your customers have, including doing nothing, why should they choose you? You'll see that all the time, in every marketing book. You know, your your individual selling point or whatever the heck they're going to come up with. They're going to say all kinds of things. What's your unique selling position? I've seen everything. Um, why is this important? Well, the problem is most business owners, the vast majority of business owners who start a business really don't have a marketing background. Me, yeah, was trained to be a CPA. Most CPAs, we're not great marketers, and there's a few, and yeah, I think I'm better than I know I'm better than I used to be, and probably better than a lot of other CPAs, because that's not what we're trained as. Dentists, same. Doctors, same. Electricians, plumbers. What's that mean? Well, most business people that start a business, they're technicians, and they got good at what they did. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I call myself the same thing. We were good at what we did, all right, and then we decided, yeah, I can do this better than somebody else, and we opened a business. And might have got lucky like I did. I picked up 6 clients in the first 2 weeks and thought, hey, this is easy. Seventh, I don't remember if I picked up 6 or 8, but the next client that I picked up was like 8 months later. And sorry, in my field, you can't live on 6 or 8 clients. Luckily, I had a backup, but that's neither here nor there. That's why it's so hard to start a business without, two of you. My wife was working. The first year I was teaching part time, full time at community college at night, starting a business during the day. She was going to school to get her teaching degree. She had an accounting background, but she wanted to go teach. Fine. So basically, she supported the business for the first 4 or 5 years. Well, now let's be honest. I joke about this, but if I could go back now, lose 20 years, or 30 years, go back to when I started the business in 1991, 92, I could get to where I'm at now in a third of the time. Why? Because I've learned how to market. And one of the key things I need to be able to tell you is that I didn't have uh, the fact that I wasn't growing wasn't really because of my marketing, because I was trying different things. I was doing all kinds of things. I mean, I was sending this in the 90s, so I was direct mailing, I was cold calling, I was dropping in, I was asking for referrals. Man, I was doing everything. The problem wasn't that I wasn't marketing, it's that I wasn't getting the leads and I wasn't getting the prospects. I didn't need more content. I didn't need more ads. I needed more activity. I needed more people calling me. Now, it came because I did a good job. I'd get referred, but you start from zero and, it takes a while to make that work. I got really didn't start taking off until I learned what I'm going to talk about today. All right. The key is to actually focus on the client that you want. Who is it that you want? All right. I've watched this, doing it myself and watching other business owners struggle with this. And you need to learn how to attract the right customers consistently. All right. This is solved by putting out a message that does it. All right. They pick, then your prospect picks who they want to help, what they want to solve, and what makes them different. You're putting it in there, basically. You're saying, like we did, all right, we're going to make sure we do your tax return in a way that doesn't get the IRS to look at you. We're going to help you cut your taxes legally. I love all my clients, but we're not going to jail. And we're going to help you make more money. And we're going to help your business make more money and reduce the stress. And this is for a business owner who's reached that point. We can help anybody, and I'll try to help anybody. But truthfully, I'm looking for a business owner that's been in business for a while and they're kind of plateaued and stuck. And now the business owns them rather than they own the business. They're working hard. Well, many times they could make more money if they went to work for somebody else than having their own business. All right. So that's what we're after. That's kind of our niche, helping that type of business. Or on the flip side, I'm doing really well, but I'm giving too much of it to the IRS. When I say we do tax planning and we have a program, I expand it and say we got to, when somebody comes in, we show them the program we use. We talk about how we sit down with them and go over it with them and let them decide which one of the solutions we come up with works for them. I usually have a pretty good idea. I've been doing this a long time. Okay. So what happens once I put that out there and got focused on what we do? Marketing became easy. All right. And closing became easy. Now, the flip side, you have to be able to prove it. It's easy for me to say, we're going to do tax planning for you. Well, yeah, but I have an example and I have referrals and I have a program that I can show them what it does. I mean, I can literally say, well, let me have your tax return. We'll pop it in the program and it'll give you a preliminary and tell you what we think we can save you. All right. We're going to help you make profits. We have these videos that we've been doing for a long time. I have a blog that's on my website that you can, if you search for it, you can find it. Wayne Belisle, WayneBelisle.com, I think it is what it is now. I think you can do wjb-cpa.com and it will refer to that website. I hope we're going to check on that. I should have checked on that before I said it. But we've got the blog that I've been doing since 2010 with ideas. We had a book that we put together. Yeah. All right. So we got a book that I hand out, the 90-day profit reset. I literally give these to new customers. We're running a course right now. When this course is done, I'll have an online course that people can buy. What is that doing? I'm not just telling them what we do. I'm proving to them what we do. So yeah, it's important. It starts though with a focus. All right. The right clients can't find you if they can't see you. If you're like everybody else, then they're not going to find you. All right. You have to be able to tell them, like I said at the beginning, out of all the choices that your prospect has, including doing nothing, why should they choose you? And that's important. All right. So if you don't focus on that, you're going to have a problem. Now, I resisted positioning for a long time. And when I talk to clients, they do too. And I had a lot of arguments about it. And I've heard some that my clients had that I didn't have. My problem is I want to help people. So I'll sit down and I'll help them and I'll take anybody. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give the same level. I mean, there's some people that walk in there at a different level and they need more of the help that fits what I'm doing. All right. But if somebody comes in and they got an IRS problem, we're going to sit down and help them. But that's not our focus client. That's not what we market or advertise. All right. Yeah, we're going to help them if they have a problem, but that's not what we focus and advertise on. We focus on the three things I told you before, and I had the same things. I can't focus right now. I got to take anybody because I'm not paying the bills. The problem is, that's not how it works because I'm not sitting there and I'm not attracting the right person. I also worry, well, I'm going to lose the people I have. Maybe never happens. I don't lose people. Why? Because we do a good job, and really, what they want is the same thing the other prospects want. They want to make more money and keep more of it from the IRS, and don't have the IRS hassling them. Okay, I'm not saying anything that's going to lose them. So, and the same is with you. They've already found you. They already know this. The other thing that I worried about is what if I pick the wrong niche? What if I go into the wrong area? That's Don't think about that. I was overthinking it. You're going to overthink it too. Usually the right niche finds you. That's what happened with me. I found out that the clients that I do the best with are clients that are already got past that startup stage and are outgrowing their current accounting situation. They're paying too much taxes. They're working too hard, not making enough money. Okay, what was that? And that's the message that we're sending out as much as anything. So don't overthink it. Just, look at who's calling you. And the other thing I heard is, well, I don't want to limit my growth. They're gonna come in here and I'm gonna turn people away. I say no to more people than I say yes to. No, we don't throw them away. Even if I can't do anything for them, I'll refer them to people. I refer to a lot of people. It's simple as that. We do what we do. We do the tax returns in a way that's as correct as we can do with, at least two different people, one person preparing it, one or two people, usually two, reviewing it to make sure there's no errors and that we didn't miss anything. All right. And we have a high standard on that. My idea of an error is that we put a wrong number in. It happens. The only people are not making mistakes are they're not working. Okay. But what my idea of an error is, we're professionals. It's a question we didn't ask that we should have. Higher standard than most tax preparers. Okay. Then we're going to do tax planning because nobody should pay more than they're required to. But there's the law so darn complicated they will. And then we have our coaching programs, the blogs, these weekly posts, everything to help you get an idea that helps you make more money. Okay. So yeah, the other thing is I just want to be safe and let's just do a broad choice and I'll help everybody. Well, it just doesn't work. Okay. Um, so what should your positioning statement say? Who you help? Well, I'm helping small business owners. It's basically it. Usually from 500,000 to 20 million. I mean, that's still considered a small business owner. Okay. Um, and we're helping them actually do the things we talked about. All right. And usually somebody that's really, I cut it down to two things. They're not making as much money as they should. They're paying too much taxes. Pretty easy. They pay more taxes than they think they should. What do you solve? You notice what I said. We're telling them what we solve. All right. Saying we care about our clients and we give excellent service and our employees have been with us for a long time. That's about you. It's not about what you're going to do for me. Okay. So it's important to get specific and to talk about what's important to the client. All right. One of the problems CPAs have, and this is what I had a problem with, is that most business owners look at their CPA as a necessary evil. The only time I'm going to go to them is because the IRS is going to throw me in jail if I don't do a tax return, and the bank won't renew my loan or give me a loan if I don't have a financial statement. That's a stupid business model. All right. I want to be a profit center. So instead of being called for that, I want them to call me. I want to be able to say, we're going to make you money and we're going to put more in your pocket by cutting the taxes and helping you make more money. Different angle, totally, than what other CPAs are selling. And you need to do the same thing. How can you sell something different than what your competitors are doing? All right. And that's what the third thing is, what makes you different. So those three things: who do you help? What do you solve? What makes you different? All right. When your positioning is clear, the right clients self-select you. The wrong ones self-select out. Both of these save you time. I've learned that the hard way. All right. Now, I'm going to give you a 10-second challenge. Really easy. I say 10 seconds, but yeah. Open your website, open two of your competitors' websites, and see what's different. Okay. Do that. You're going to notice you're all saying the same thing. You're selling the same thing. Your services are the same. Why should I choose you? I have a client of mine that has a medical company. I've talked about them before. That if you're in El Paso or Dallas area and you need, durable medical equipment, like beds or walkers and canes. I got one here. Going to have their help because I'm going to have an ankle surgery, so they're going to help me with that. We've got if you're in there, stop in. They're great people. But yeah, one time I sat with them 10, 15 years ago. I said, open your website and open two of your closest competitors. Now, look at them. You're all selling the same equipment. You're all saying, we've got great experience. We deliver. We got all this, flexible hours and friendly staff and qualified. So if I can't tell the difference between those three websites or my website and two other CPAs, what do I do? Well, I'm going to take the one that's cheapest and the one that's most convenient for me. So what we did with them is we looked at our customers and said, a good chunk of the ones that actually buy money are caregivers. So we put on a corner of our website, caregiver corner and information. If you're a new caregiver, click here. So what they did is they talked specifically, like I had it happen to me. All of a sudden I'm taking care of my father. All right. He's passed away now, but it's been a while. Don't worry about it. Now I'm taking care of my brother-in-law. If I'm a new caregiver, I know nothing. I open the websites and that one's talking right to me. That one's talking right to me. I'm a caregiver and they got a caregiver corner. I click on that one and it talks about, it's got a little blog post, it's got some videos. I don't know if they're still doing this, but for a while they were having caregiver meetings where people get together and they'd have somebody give a talk about it, or they just meet each other and see what's in the store. It brought people into the store. What's going on there? They're being different. Their positioning is clear. The right clients are selecting them. The wrong ones aren't, or they're coming in just looky-looing. All right. So that's kind of important. So here's, I lost my place. I apologize. I start talking. All right. How do you get specific? How do you find the right clients for you? Don't overthink it. I did. Don't do. That's what I said. If I could go back and fix what I'd done, what I'd done wrong. One of them is not taking English classes seriously. But if I could go back and start over, I would learn just not to overthink this. All right. You don't have to fire your existing clients to reposition. I said that before. You can serve who you already serve while you sharpen who you're trying to attract. And here's how to do it easily. Look at the last 20 new clients that walked in. Identify the top two, three, four, no more than five that you know that you liked. They bought a lot from you. You liked working with them. What they have in common? Well, not necessarily position. I mean, mine's not really a niche. What I'm saying is not really a niche because because of my experience, I've been all over the place. I can do just about any industry. So it's not really a niche. So, but I did because notice what I said. They're going to be in a certain position where they're making money and they got a business that's going. Okay. So look at those last 20 clients, find the two or three that you liked working with that paid you the most. That's your position. Now figure out how to make that work for you. How do you advertise them? Where are they? Where do they come from? When they come to you, how do you prove that you're the person for them, like I do? All right. With our tax planning program, showing them how it works, telling them, hey, just give us a tax return, we'll put it in there. I'll pick a few things and show you how much we think we can help you make. On the coaching side, here's the book. Okay. So you find what's important, what's going to attract, prove it, test it. You're going to find it's going to work, and make sure it's something you like doing too. I mean, but if it's not something you like doing, hire somebody to do it for you if it's making you money. Okay. So, write a homepage for that, do some testing, move on. Don't worry about it. Existing clients won't leave you. The right clients will show up. Okay, look, finding the right clients, like I said, is not a marketing problem. If you do marketing without having a unique selling position, like I told you, you got to be able to answer this question. Why, out of all the choices out there, including doing nothing, why should they choose you? Until you can answer that question, you're just wasting dollars, all right, and time. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Belisle saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. This one went a little long, sorry, but I think it's important. So have a great weekend. Uh, let's make this, like I said, our most profitable year ever. God bless. See you in church. Take care. Bye. And